Hello, everyone. A charismatic rookie, a dismissed veteran, and a polarizing analyst who just ignited the Cleveland fan base. The energy in Cleveland is anything but calm. Between Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback room is brimming with tension, and the battle for dominance is far from predictable. With the newly released NFL schedule, one matchup could become legendary, but the faith in this cast remains divided. Smash that like button and buckle up, because the Browns headlines just got serious. Let's talk Shedeur Sanders. He may not be out here preaching some revenge tour, but make no mistake, the script is writing itself. Drafted in the 5th round, not exactly prestigious territory, yet Sanders finds himself in a prime position to make several franchises eat their words, especially now with the 2025 schedule in hand. The stakes just got real. The second half of the Brown season, it's loaded with matchups against teams that desperately needed quarterbacks, but passed on Sanders. Not once, multiple times. He might not be the starter in week 1, but if and when he takes the field, he'll have the ultimate chance to torch the same franchises that shrugged him off. Let's talk receipts. Week 12, Raiders Cleveland travels to Vegas to face a team that skipped on Sanders 7 times, eventually taking Cam Miller in the 6th round. Even after signing Geno Smith, Sanders was rumored to be on their radar. They still said no. Week 14, Titans Tennessee snagged Cam Ward with the 1st overall pick. But early buzz said Sanders was in their sights too. Another miss. Steelers Week 6 and 17, Pittsburgh had 4 shots at Sanders. They passed each time, even if they land aging Aaron Rodgers, putting your chips on a 41-year-old instead of a potential franchise cornerstone. That's a bold and possibly foolish wager. If Sanders catches fire late in the season, that Week 17 showdown could be a serious "how do you like me now" moment. This could be a reverse Big Ben. This time, it's the Browns who may have stolen the franchise QB of the AFC North. Will Shedeur silence the doubters? Tell us in the comments. But beware, some of the comparisons stirred serious backlash. Enter Colin Cowherd, the outspoken analyst, just doused Cleveland's optimism with cold water, throwing Shedeur Sanders into a comparison that left fans fuming. Johnny Manziel, Deshaun Watson, and Baker Mayfield. His message: this is what losing does. Hope it ends while I have my doubts. That's a frosty trio to be linked to. Manziel imploded. Watson, practically a ghost since that massive guaranteed contract. Mayfield, a roller coaster ride that ended in a cloud of uncertainty. To be fair, Sanders isn't some reckless gamble. He's poised, accurate, and built for the spotlight. And in a quarterback room this open, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, Sanders, it's anyone's job to win. This isn't about pedigree. It's about performance. And if Shedeur shows up strong in camp, the Browns just might have something special on their hands. Whether he becomes Cleveland's long-awaited answer at quarterback or just another chapter in their chaotic QB saga is about to unfold. Colin Cowherd's already preparing for disappointment. Browns fans, they're praying he couldn't be more wrong. Shedeur's got the fire. Now he needs the stage. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. The battle lines are drawn in Cleveland, and the buzz, absolutely electric. If you're a Browns fan, this could be the most captivating offseason in recent memory. Not because of a headline-grabbing trade or flashy free agent splash, but because of a quarterback clash that could define the very trajectory of this franchise. And it's not just any QB duels. Shedeur Sanders versus Dillon Gabriel, 2 rising prospects with fan bases, analysts, and even Vegas odds makers locked into every move. But before we dive deeper, fair warning, don't blink. This ride's going to be wild. Fresh out of rookie minicamp, all attention zeroed in on 2 names, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. Browns fans, long starved for stability under center, now suddenly have 2 potential sparks, and both are already lighting up conversations. Rookie camp isn't where jobs are won, but impressions, they're definitely made. According to Matthew Peterson of Chat Sports, one name is already gaining traction, and that's Shedeur Sanders, the confident, dynamic son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. Word from inside camp says Sanders made more of the wow plays. Those dazzling moments that get coaches arching eyebrows and fans inching forward in their seats. On the other hand, Dillon Gabriel, the composed, efficient former Sooner and Night U, was seen as more punctual and steady. Maybe not as flashy, but precise. Do these early signs guarantee anything? Absolutely not. These are snapshots, not full narratives, from a handful of 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 drills. Still, the hype is palpable when Gabriel tossed a pick to Carson Swissinger. Fans online exploded. See, Sanders is the guy. But let's be honest. Quarterback hype in Cleveland can be fickle. One off-target throw from Sanders, and the tide could just as quickly shift. That's the nature of QB drama in a city that's been waiting decades for a franchise face under center. And let's not kid ourselves, the media will squeeze every throw, every rep, every facial expression from these guys for content. Why? Because quarterback speculation is the lifeblood of fan engagement. Even Vegas has chimed in. Sanders is currently favored to see more snaps in 2025 and slightly edges Gabriel in odds to start week 1. But here's the twist. Both rookies are still trailing Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. Yes, Joe Flacco, 40 years old, veteran journeyman, still considered by odds makers as the most likely week 1 starter. That might frustrate some fans. Didn't Flacco retire to the couch just 2 seasons ago? Isn't the league evolving past aging pocket passers? Apparently not in Kevin Stefanski's world. The Browns head coach is reportedly leaning toward Flacco to kick off the season. And honestly, it makes sense. Coaches coach for the now. They're judged by wins in week 1, not prospects for next year. Flacco, a battle-tested vet, who knows the system offers the most secure path to an opening win. But don't count Sanders or Gabriel out. The Browns appear poised to throw them into the fire during preseason. Let them take reps. Let them make mistakes. Let them grow. And when I say Flacco falters, one of these young guns might be ready to seize the moment. It's a low-risk, high-upside scenario. And most importantly, it's truly competitive, something Cleveland hasn't experienced at QB in years. Oh, and Kenny Pickett still very much in this dogfight. Vegas pegs him just behind Flacco. So who wins this 4-way brawl? Stay tuned, because this quarterback race could reshape the AFC North and maybe the Browns' future. The battleground in Cleveland is set, and the atmosphere is absolutely electric. This offseason might go down as one of the most fascinating chapters in recent Browns history. Not because of a headline-grabbing trade, not because of a flashy free agent splash, but because of a quarterback showdown that could redefine the identity of this franchise for years to come. And this isn't your average QB duel. This is Shedeur Sanders versus Dillon Gabriel, 2 rookies, 2 visions of the future, and an entire city watching every move with bated breath. But hold on, because the quarterback chaos is only part of the story. In a quiet, almost too quiet announcement, the Browns confirmed something that casts a long emotional shadow over the 2025 campaign. J.K. Dobbins is out for the season, a locker room favorite, a fiery spark on the field. Gone is message to fans, unfiltered, emotional, and uncertain. I've given my heart to this game. I don't know what's next. That didn't sound like a rehab countdown. It sounded like a farewell, a soft one. Yes, but a farewell nonetheless. And it hits hard because it comes from a man who's endured more than his share of pain and might finally be wondering if the chase is still worth it. But here's the silver lining. If this is the end of Dobbins' playing days, many believe the Browns should keep him in the building. Not as a runner, but as a mentor, a coach, a culture setter. Keep that fire alive, even if it's no longer burning on the field. So where does all this leave us? Quarterback turbulence, emotional goodbyes, and a week 1 showdown against the Bengals that could shape the entire season. It's not just about who starts. It's about the identity Cleveland wants to forge moving forward. Win now urgency versus future investment. Locker room leadership versus raw upside. And in a football-obsessed city like Cleveland, that matters. So let's focus in on the most talked about rookie in the room, Shedeur Sanders. With his pedigree alone, the spotlight follows him. A son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, Shedeur has been molded under pressure. But this is his story now, his time to show the world what he can do under his own name. Reports from rookie camp are glowing. Sanders has that it factor. The arm talent is evident. The poise is striking. And most importantly, the hope is real for a fan base weary of overhyped picks and quarterback letdowns. Shedeur brings something different. But there's the truth. Hope doesn't win games. Consistency does. Decision-making under duress does. And that's where Dillon Gabriel quietly shines. He's battle-tested, accurate, efficient. He's not going to light up Twitter with circus throws. But when the real bullets start flying in preseason, Gabriel could very well emerge as the most NFL-ready rookie in the room. We just don't know yet. Because right now, it's all just practice. And then there's the wild card, Kenny Pickett, acquired in a surprise move. Pickett brings with him both starting experience and glaring inconsistency. Some see him as the perfect bridge. Others, just a backup with name recognition, but make no mistake, he's in this race too. And if he delivers during camp, don't be shocked if he climbs the depth chart fast, his advantage, real NFL starts. That still carries weight. And towering over it all like a wise general surveying the battlefield is Joe Flacco at 40 years old. Flacco's not the future, but he might still be the present. Kevin Stefanski knows what Flacco brings: stability, experience, composure. Thank you guys. See you next video.